Wait, there's no option to control the sound? Who's the dumbass who implemented that? But hold on a second. I recognize this beat. This is like a melodic. Anyways, it sounds like a melody version of the famous theme song from Sonic R. Kind of cool, but I feel like it's kind of put to waste there in the theater mode. Be better off if it was in like a different mode, especially one that's more like action oriented. Speaking of which, I want to get back into just make. I want to start going back into just making random videos where it's not anything specific. It's literally just me just playing through whatever game I'm playing, and that's it. Oh, there's a video of here of some guy trying to impress a woman about how much money he has. Yeah, apparently some dude's using a fake screenshot of supposed how much money he has in his account. Man, that's kind of sad. Like, yeah, you got people who are gold diggers only after someone for their money. But then there are those who really do think that the best way to impress someone is by showing off their account. In which case, you're inviting gold diggers. And if they end up robbing you, that's on you. Now, what the heck was I doing? Oh yeah, right, Sonic Forces. Ah, flip my man, my buddy, my pal. Well, hold on a second, let me do a sound check. Yeah, so I have no way of knowing if I can turn down the volume of the sound so it doesn't. Let me see. Hold on a second. No, microphone levels at max volume. I don't know if it's the controller then. I just
received some incredible news. Sonic is alive.
Nobody cares, Amy. Dang, that was cold of me. I don't care. I like how there's just so many more games nowadays that have been made over the past decade, where it's literally just you. Oh, even from the this is stupid. Every game should give you the option to adjust the volume. But games that allow you to create your own character and interact with the main story.
No, wait! Watch out! The masked one is here. The monster that took down Sonic. Stay focused, rookie. We're off to find a shuttle.
Let's see, I'm trying to think. So I'm not going to count games like Dragon Age, because the Dragon Age series from the very beginning, its whole premise was you create your own character, and that character is the main hero of the story. I'm talking about games that have a pre-existing history altogether, like Sonic the Hedgehog and Dragon Ball, having games that allow you to basically those kind of games that have allowed you to create your own character and interact with this pre-existing franchise. That's good.
Looks like a freight train.
It's carrying supplies. I don't think it's armed or anything.
Ooh, 100 range. See, I can't give my character a name. Let's see, this game, Sonic Forces. What's another game that came out recently where it's a pre-existing franchise, but you create your own character who's the main hero of the story? But there is still Calibur. Still Calibur does that. And I would like more fighting. Ah, keep forgetting this is not Sonic.
All quiet at the launch pad for now. Grab a shuttle before they sound the alert.
Woo! How about I say, if you were to get me killed over some nonsense like that. How weird how the ring count does not go above. Really, the ring count does not go above 100.
Perfect. They won't mind if we borrow this for a while. Hurry it up, rookie. Get out of there as soon as everyone's aboard. Step on it.
I can't even see you guys. Where even are all you people? Hey, I'm just glad Sonic Forces does not follow the trope of that Sonic Boom started of making Knuckles a complete idiot 90% of the time. Oh yeah, I got an A. So the game maybe game. Yes. What the hell is what is butt rock music? I've never heard of that. Oh wow. What is butt rock music? I don't know if that was supposed to be a typo or what, but man. Oh, thanks, Flip. But yeah, Street Fighter, they've announced. Well, actually, they've been announced about a month or two back. Street Fighter 6, and one of the modes is an open world. I don't know how open world it's gonna be. But anyway, it's something of an open world mode that lets you create and customize your own character. You train with the pre-existing Street Fighters and learn their moves and all that other good stuff. Yeah, they're really going all out with Street Fighter. Okay, but seriously though, like, I don't know how to say it, just, but okay, let's not think about that. Try changing your advertised stuff. So I'm guessing if the sound wants to be so fickle, I'm just gonna talk loud. Even though I already do anyway. Ah, there we go. I like how the game lets you go back to change your character's appearance, or at least as far as body color and victory pose. Yeah, check out the moves. Oh, that was weird. Wait, are you actually telling me that when I'm live streaming this, it won't actually show the screen to the audience during cutscenes? So you mean to tell me I legit cannot show the cutscenes? Unless like I was recording ahead of time. Are you serious? I just remember this is classic Sonic. I should be playing with the directional button, not the analog stick. Now I get what they were going for, wanting to have dedicated side-scrolling stages, but they could have done that without adding back in Classic Sonic. Considering how this is even the actual Classic Sonic, but just some hologram from the same technology Eggman used to upgrade. Who the heck was that? Who the heck was the other main villain that you fight? I forget his name. Was it Eclipse? I think it was. Ah! Oh. Wait, hold on a second. The cutscenes are copyright. Copyright concerns. If they're so worried about copyright, oh my goodness. Like, what am I supposed to... I mean, if copyright is such an issue, why even license the game to be made? Let alone give people the option to stream it in whatever way. Like, do they really think I'm gonna... I don't know, what are they so concerned with? Do they really think I'm gonna do something terrible with these cutscenes? I just don't understand what the fear is. I hope the PlayStation 5 has the same option to stream games like this does, but it doesn't try to restrict you somehow. Like if they ever make a Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3, then I really hope that you have the option to... Excuse me. I really hope you have the option to... What the heck was I thinking? Oh yeah, have the option to stream directly from your PS5 to YouTube or Twitch or whatever other website that allows streaming. You know, Flip, I hope you haven't lost your love for Xenoverse 2, because I really would like to get back into that game with you, man. See, what is this? What is this? Talking about can't broadcast copyright nonsense. Is it in a block scene? What was I saying though? Oh yeah. Oh, let's see. I still enjoy playing Xenoverse. I want to do like, cause I was watching that YouTuber C reacts. I still been playing Xenoverse 2 for quite a while, but I'm like, I should get back to doing that like I used to so long ago. Just not even streaming, but just recording random videos, even if it's not like a tutorial or anything. It's just me playing the game, going random places, doing this and doing that. Please let me know, because I would like to stream this game further, but the fact that these cutscenes are copyrighted, it's dang it, Sega. Oh, you're lucky my family, especially my little sister, are here at the house. Ooh, I would have so much to say out loud.
Rouge, it's about time. How's Sonic doing?
What's funny with your girlfriend, Knuckles? I will say this though, one of the funny but disturbing things about the Sonic community is just how many ships there are, how many ships you can apparently make with just one character. Oh, that little cool wrist gadget, isn't it? Oh well. But yeah, the number of different ships people like to make for their favorite characters. And there's so many, some of which don't even make sense, but people still do anyway. like Sonic and Tails, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic and Shadow, Sonic and Amy, Sonic and Princess Elise from Sonic 06. It's weird how people get disturbed by the idea of like there wasn't, for me, I didn't see anything blatantly romantic between the two. Like Sonic treated Elise the same way he treats everyone, as just more like a friend than anything else. But anyways, people are disturbed by Sonic being with a human girl like Elise, but they weren't disturbed by the idea of something romantic possibly between Shadow and Maria. Maria's a whole lot younger than Elise. Like, I'm like, ship who you want to ship. I don't care. I don't really get into shipping. But you can't just be all like, oh, this is wrong, when there's this exact same thing that under that context would be much worse. Now what else is there? I just named all the Sonic ones. Oh yeah, Sonic and Eggman, unfortunately that is a thing. There's also Tails and Rouge, Tails and Cream, Tails and that one female, I think it was another fox from Sonic Boom. And then there's Knuckles and Rouge. And actually Knuckles doesn't get a whole lot besides Sonic and Rouge. Let's see, what else is there? Oh yeah, Shadow and Maria. I already said Sonic and Shadow. One that I'm surprised that actually isn't talked about, a ship that isn't talked about a lot, is Jet and Wave. Like you could say that flip about what everybody knows. You could say that about, yeah, you can say that about just about any fandom when it comes to shipping. But there's like so many ships for just one character alone. Even Has-Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss has that. But anyways, what other ships is there in Sonic that just gets ridiculous? But yeah, but since Sonic the Hedgehog is the main character, a majority of the ships he's with, yeah, he gets the majority of the ships. Wait, that was a daily mission? Change my gloves? Speaking of weird ships, the one ship in which the main character gets shipped with a lot of people so often to the point where it's already disturbing from the beginning, is the Loud House. Lincoln Loud gets shipped with so many people, but the most popular ones are his own dang sisters. They're literally referred to as Loud Sets. Just combining incest and Loud from Loud House together. Now, people want to talk about Sonic the Sonic the Hedgehog fandom being disturbing. How do you get more disturbing than shipping a minor with his own sisters? Like, yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog does get weird with its fandom. Really weird with the shipping, with its obsession with shipping. And others like the Has-Been Hotel universe get weird. But to me, it does not get any weirder than people obsessed with shipping a main character, a 10-year-old boy, with his own sister. Like, those are literally the top Loud House ships. And any ship that doesn't involve Lincoln and his sisters involves him and a whole bunch of other characters. Like his own best friend Clyde, or whatever other random like a new female character is introduced into the show, and already someone's shipping her with Lincoln. Even full-grown women, his own mom, that is a ship.
Many of our brethren were held. One more thing Eggman will answer for.
Like I said, it's all works of fiction one way or another. So like, go ahead and do what you want, say what you want. I'm not gonna sit and be all like, "Hey, you can't do that." That's like, again, all I can think is that's your opinion, that's your choice. But if you're gonna share that opinion on the internet or share it with the web, you better be prepared for a whole bunch of people to get on your case about that.
We're on high alert now.
I sense Sonic's presence.
Ah, dang it.
He's close.
So again, the Sonic community, the Sonic fan base has some very weird shit with some interesting type of fans. But how many of them are the kind who would ship a incest couple, a 10-year-old boy with his own sisters and his own mom? I thought Shadow and Marie were supposed to be more siblings and stuff. Yeah, that's the thing about Shadow and Maria. They're definitely more like siblings. But again, it does. Like the point I was trying to make is how people want to say, "Ew, Sonic can't be shit with Elise." That's bestiality. And yet, so many people are okay with Shadow being shipped with Maria. And then again, you said how you've seen terrible things from the Sonic fan base, and I've seen some terrible things from them too. But again, it's every fandom has its ups and downs. You got the normal ones and the not so normal ones. Play can raise increase the speed of like, yeah, okay. But you're right about the Has-Been Hotel universe. What was her name? Vivian? Manjana? Okay, I'm pretty sure I got her name wrong. Vivian something. Whatever. Ah, cool. But anyways, at least it's like, cause like you said, it's a mature show. It's almost, yeah, I say almost. Actually, now that I think about it, the only kids who have been introduced in the series were all just minor characters. None of the main recurring characters from Hell of a Boss and the main cast who's going to be part of Has-Been Hotel, none of them are children. So at least it's, and none of them, and hardly any of them are related. So at least, as far as popular ships, they're not like consisting of incest or minors. If you want to play it safe. So far, the only one I see people play at a bit is Stolas and his own daughter Octavia. Of course, it's absolutely nothing like that in the show. It's just your average, overly protective, doting father who loves his daughter and just wants her to be happy and not grow up suffering like he did with an overbearing mother. But yeah, that's like the only ship I've seen people do that, involves incest. It's just Stolas and his daughter Octavia. Yeah, man, people underestimate the power of Rule 34. Like, people will be all like, oh wow, this show, this series, this trailer for this show or whatever movie was just announced a while back, only just today. Or, it's only been an hour, how is there porn of it already? And people will be all like, you underestimate the power of Rule 34. Rule 34 of the internet exists for a reason. I gotta look up the other rules, because the only rules I know are Rule 34, if it exists, there's porn of it. And Rule 63, if it exists, there's a gender-bent version of it. I need a banana. You know what's crazy though? If I were to... Man, I really need to get some people together so I can get my series out and running. But if I were to add Stolas into the world of Chaos Warriors, into the Chaos Verse, Chaos Verse, it wouldn't be Stolas like how he's portrayed in Hell of a Boss, since he's a demon. The Stolas, my version of Stolas from Demonology, I'm just saying Demonology, would be an outright sadistic villain. Not as powerful or outright as tenacious. Oh, screw your copyright with your cutscene, jackasses. I'm gonna finish my banana. But anyways, the version of Stolas I would use may not be as powerful, as daunting, as much of a villain like Julius Morningstar would be, but still very powerful. And good protein. But because Stolas from Hell of a Boss made his debut into the world first, people will probably make those kind of comparisons. I wonder how many of them will accuse me saying, "Oh, Jason Griffin's just ripping off Vivian's Stolas character." Because some people will say, "No, he's not. Stolas from Demonology Ben exists. Vivian just made her own version of him, just like how Jason made his own version." And I'll be all like, "Yes." So stop trying to accuse me of something when you have no evidence, you jerks. Oh wow, thanks, Flip. I'm still a bit irritated how there's only 2 difficulties for this game.
Come out and
What the
fight me
heck?
yourself and I'll mop you up real quick.
But yeah, the only difficulties are normal or hard. And the first time I played this, I kept dying so many times. I hate this boss battle. I hate how there's some boss battles that are in sequences like this, where I'm thinking, you shouldn't be able to attack them regularly. Instead of it being, oh, you gotta dodge all their attacks and do all this. Take out all the henchmen first before you can attack them in this very specific sequence.
You're not making this easy, are you? No matter. Crushing will be all the more satisfying.
Man, how you gonna send me a invite and I'm in the middle of a live stream? See, this is exactly what I hate. It's just my dang parents. I would like to play some Red Dead right now, but unfortunately I'm streaming this and I plan on hopping on some... As soon as Switch is ready, I'm gonna hop on some Xenoverse. Come on, Zevak. I want to get this over with. Oh, that could've... I need to get me a new controller. Oh, you dirty, rotten jackal. You cheated. The stress of playing a Sonic the Hedgehog game. It's all coming back to me. Back when I used to play Sonic the Hedgehog on... What game was it? It wasn't the PS2. I'm trying to remember what game I'm thinking of.
No! How could I lose to the likes of you again?
That was a blast. Bring some chili dogs next time.
Look at those people in the background, all just static images jumping around. But I'm trying to remember what... Oh yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 on the GameCube. That's one of the classic Sonic games I played in those collection games. Like Sonic Classic Collection. No, it wasn't Classic, it was Mega Collection. The number of times I would die and have to keep starting over from a checkpoint. Sometimes playing a Sonic games, I hate these. I hate these blocked cutscenes. You're ruining my live stream. But where was I? I'll worry about it later. Oh yeah, I was about to say, playing Sonic games can really feel like you're playing a Souls game, just hidden behind a... some good water. Like playing a Souls game hidden behind a family-friendly picture. I was about to say Nintendo, but no, this is Sonic. This is Sega. One thing I do like is how I can start over on whatever stage, or I can go to retry, and it doesn't take one of my save. Doesn't take away one of my saved lives. Sonic Adventure 2, the classic Sonic games all did that.
Eggman gets a one-way trip to space. No way I'm sticking around here. There's nothing to run.
Oh!
Whoa, we're off planet. I guess anyone who crosses Eggman gets a one-way trip to space. No way I'm
Yeah, that is it is weird to see that sometimes. Like, I understand what you mean. Not even just Sonic, but a majority of the characters, I'm so used to seeing them attack a certain way. Like with Rouge, I'm so used to seeing her and Knuckles attack with their limbs. Like Rouge utilizing kicks, Knuckles using punches like a boxer, Rouge using kicks like Taekwondo or something to that extent.
I don't do well in tight spaces. I'll pay back Eggman for putting me in this jam later.
I think, who else is there? Oh yeah, who else would use a spin dash to make sense all the time? There's Sonic, Tails, and a few others. Although actually, Amy's the only one who I would see consistently attack with weapons. By weapons, I mean her hammer.
So, what's my move? It's not like I can swim out into space. I know.
I can't second that thing.
Grab a shuttle. The one I came in on must be around here somewhere. I could do with a little space cruise on my way home.
In fact, I'm even so used to seeing Sonic getting around on his own on foot. So remembering that the X-Tornado that Tails usually flies around was actually Sonic's plane originally?
Still, doesn't matter if
I keep forgetting about that.
Here goes nothing.
And originally the plane was red, but it was Tails who painted it blue. I'm like, when did Sonic get a plane? Then again, there are some areas you can't reach on foot. Although one concept they introduced that I really only see from one character is the concept of using firearms. That specifically being Shadow, thanks to his own game. Darn these commercials! I mean, commercials. Oh well. Sonic Forces is just like all the other, almost every other game with your own character.
The best news we've had in months.
And by that, what I mean is, you have your own character in these cutscenes, going on all these adventures, but they don't talk during the cutscenes. It's just like Xenoverse, where your main character is in these cutscenes interacting with everyone, but for whatever reason, you cannot talk. He, she, they, them, it, whatever. Even though there's emotes that you can use in Xenoverse, and it gives your character the ability to actually talk, or even when they do certain attacks. In fact, they even have something to say during the what was it? Oh yeah, in the final fight against Mira after he absorbs Toa, your character actually does speak when they shout out Kamehameha. At this point, I'm just convinced that Xenoverse 2 must have had a low budget and they couldn't afford to have characters talk extensively during cutscenes. But then again, they could afford to have so many different voice options for male or female.
The enemy's factory is inside the pyramid. I can send reinforcements if you don't think you can handle it.
No need. The two of us are more than enough. We'll blitz the place and open up a path for the resistance. Right, partner?
Now, I gotta be honest, I don't get a lot of people, like how some people get upset over Shadow using guns. Because Shadow may be a fan's favorite and he's part of was supposed to be a child-friendly series, but Shadow himself as a character is not family-friendly. He doesn't try to be.
Yeah, that's how it's done. We've got unstoppable speed and timing. We just have to keep this up.
Because like literally in the very first game he's introduced, he's someone who deals with post-traumatic. I don't know if it's considered mild, but it's like his own form of PTSD. Oh, I do like this. How you remain idle long enough, Sonic and your avatar just they just post up like this. Dang it! Yeah, no situation which you can keep them that way long enough.
So they're building weapons here, huh? Making everyone work like robots. It'll be Eggman's turn to get pushed around when I get a hold of.
Dang it! I'm trying to do this perfectly.
Enemy's factory is inside the
Yeah, I do
pyramid.
like Sonic's reaction though when it came to Shadow using guns. Where Sonic's like, oh, you like, I thought the thing like so much. But anyways, he's giving a bit of a tutorial about how using firearms work. And Sonic admits himself saying he would not let himself be caught dead holding the gun. And I'm like, I like that, because that makes so much sense. Sonic is just the kind of person where he doesn't really like using weapons, and especially never use firearms.
You should be able to get into the factory through there. Stay alert.
Yeah, so just because someone like Sonic doesn't like... Oh yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. Your character's just posting up while falling. This is so something they would do. Ah, dang, I missed it. But yeah, anyways, just because Sonic's all family-friendly, winners don't use guns for their person, doesn't mean others can't be the same way.
We'll blitz the place and open up a path for the resistance. Right, partner?
Speaking of which, I remember when I first played this game, the first character I made it, the first character I made, he was a cat. So basically a cat like Big or Blaze. But anyways, the whole story behind him would be that he's willing to team up with these guys to help save the world and all from Eggman. But he's not exactly the most social person. In fact, he hails from a family whose clan was once at war with the Echidna clan. I'm trying to think, it's like, I want it to either be that where...
So they're building weapons here, huh? Making everyone work like robots. It'll be Eggman's turn to get pushed around when I get a hold of him.
So I'm thinking it's like, it's either that, or he'd be more of like some kind of bio creature who would be not like maybe a bio android, kind of like Cell from Dragon Ball. But anyway, it's a sort of bio creature who was created to carry out this old clan hatred towards the Echidnas. Kind of like how the Red Ribbon Army, especially Dr. Zero, kept creating androids, or had fail-safe to have androids created, even a bio-android like Cell. Oh, let's go down there. To hopefully ensure his revenge against Goku. That's what my character would do. Like I said, it would either be that, or he's just your average Mobian who was born and was installed this intense hatred for echidnas, just like his family was. Because their clan was nearly wiped out by the echidnas. Man, it's like almost in a way, the Sonic team kind of goes out of the way to portray Knuckles' echidna clan as a bunch of douchebags. Oh man! Especially the way they're portrayed in the way they're portrayed in Sonic Adventure, where one of their own, a young echidna girl, Nicole, she was trying to stop them from using the Master Emerald for selfish purposes, wanting to go conquer other tribes. They just ran past her, trampling over her, severely injuring her. And Chaos, who resided within the Master Emerald, clearly did not like that. So, he ended up wiping out the members of the Echidna clan who hurt Nicole, who were present. If I remember, she didn't die from that happening. She was just very hurt. And Chaos allowed her to reside within the Master Emerald along with him. So essentially, she acts as his caretaker within the Master Emerald. I'm thinking to myself, man, yeah, Sonic Team will not let me join their team. Because if I had control over Sonic the Hedgehog, I would so take that series in a bit of a darker direction. Yeah, that's even if we ever get a Xenoverse 3 with all the cool things we could do. Croc. We got Crocs in this game, man. It's weird. But anyways, the first main character I made for Sonic Forces I was talking about. So I already talked about what his backstory would be. But in a way, I would set that sort of thing in motion, where he would be one of the main characters. Actually, no, it would be like Sonic Adventure 2. Where there's the hero side and there's the dark side. Like it would be called dark side, not necessarily villain side. Well, anyways, he's going around doing his own thing. He's trying to find whatever he can get his hands on. Whether it's from anything mystical or otherwise. Anything that would give him power. But as he's going around gaining power, well, eventually he realizes it, but just doesn't care because of his obsession with killing every last echidna that maybe still be alive. His obsession with wanting to get revenge on the Echidna clan for wiping out his family. He'd be so determined, so driven, that even as he's mutated to the point of looking unrecognizable, he just would not care. To the point where he wouldn't even care about the fate of the planet.
Eggman's forces are scattering bombs like confetti.
We can't go on like this.
The whole place is going up in flames.
Yeah, it'd be something like that, where one campaign is you playing as that character as he's going around on his little mission, just causing all kinds of hell. The other would be you playing as Sonic and the others going around trying to stop him, trying to predict where he's going to go, where he's going to strike next, and if he might be working with anyone. Could be that sort of thing. So yeah, like Sonic Adventure. Essentially Sonic Adventure 3. Oh, dang it. Now I wouldn't have it rated M or anything, but just because of the dark themes and what it would imply and hint at, it would be rated T for teen. That's what I really like about Sonic Adventure 2. Especially when you unlock the secret story, because It's Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, as well as Sonic Heroes, where if you either have to complete all available campaigns,
I guess all the explosions
or
riled it up.
man, that's
We'll
the
get past without a fight. You're so gonna regret that. Hedgehogs don't make good snacks.
Well, at least you didn't kill it. Man, these stages are short. But anyways, so like Sonic Heroes, where you collect all Chaos Emeralds, or the adventure games where you complete all prior campaigns, you'd unlock a final story. The only thing is, what would the final story be? Like, obviously it would have to be something where all the characters you played as, and any other side characters, all come together with the intention of stopping this big old threat that's even worse than whatever threat my character himself, whatever name I would give him, threats much worse than him, that he would have no choice but to team up with the others. That's why Sonic Adventure 2 is one of my favorites. Nobody cares about these dumbass blocked cutscenes. Seriously. Heck, I should get back to just randomly shoot. Oh, I hated this. Oh, that's his name, Infinite. I kept thinking Eclipse. Hey, maybe that's what I would name my character. Name him Eclipse.
Still thrashing around, I see. Filthy little sewer rat.
Haven't you seen a hedgehog
Only,
before?
unlike most
Come
characters,
on, I'll show you my
he would have an
spine.
actual last name like Amy and Tails. In fact, those are the things I would do that would make. I wouldn't do too much to make him unique from everyone. You're like, oh, he's a new character. He's got to be super unique. He's got to have this and that. So, anyways, I would just like he would have a actual first and last name, Eclipse something like Amy Rose or Miles Tails Power. Like everyone calls him Tails, but then you realize that's just a nickname. And his real name is Miles. That's named Prowler. And it was actually from watching. It was one of the fights from School Attack. Sonic. I think it was Sonic versus. Yeah, the first Sonic versus Mario fight. And it was in that one that it revealed that Tails' actual first and last name are a pun on miles per hour. Miles per hour. Per hour. And I'm thinking, man, all these years and I never thought of that. See if I can hit you. Hey, this is not like the fight against Zinyak where it's like almost every single time it's always a secret no matter what. Here it's specifically just catch up to him and get close up to hit him, but avoid the obstacle.
Let's see how many seconds you last.
Payback time at last.
Ooh, man, Infinite was so. Oh, come on! Infinite was so despicable in this game. I said to myself, oh, I can't wait to finally beat this guy. You know, one villain from the Sonic the Hedgehog comics, actually there's a bunch of characters from the comics that Sonic Team could really bring into the main game. Like Sally Acorn. Because yes, Sally Acorn is like the only female character who Sonic has such chemistry with that like she's like the only female character where he can have a romantic relationship with and it would be genuine.
I will teach you to hold that tongue next
Because
time.
Sally isn't outright obsessed with Sonic in the same way Amy is, to the point of being an obsessed stalker. Yeah, something that the earlier Sonic games, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and 3 did, that really was an improvement, was giving your character, or giving you the ability to activate Super Sonic even on regular levels. Darn you cutscenes. So like I said about my character, yeah, I'll name it in clips. No, first finish what I was talking about characters from the comics being added into the Sonic games. So Sally Acorn, where it probably could cause a sort of, what's what I'm looking for? Conundrum? Yeah, a sort of conundrum for Amy. Like there's this new female character who Sonic gets along with so well, he shows legitimate interest in. Unlike Amy, who he keeps at arm's length, and even then only as a friend. And then that evil counterpart of his, that evil copy that Eggman made. What was his name? Oh yeah, Scourge. Scourge the Hedgehog. Oh yeah, speaking of the Sonic Adventure 3 game I would make, another character I would bring back would give him an actual serious tone, or just make him not look like some incompetent bubbling oaf all the time would be Big. Like I would actually make sure Big the Cat gets the proper respect he deserves. Actually, there's a lot of things I would try to correct or fix or just change about characters. Like give Big the Cat the respect he deserves. Umbra, I like the way you think, Flip. Let's see. Make Big a more serious and a character you can take serious and be all like, oh wow, he's actually pretty cool when he's doing this and that. He's not just some bumbling oh, and have either Sonic or someone finally confront Amy about her obsession with Sonic. Like have someone get on her case about it and have her actually understand why her constant obsession with him and the way she goes about it is just unhealthy.
Failed Sonic. Well, but
I think the other things I would do is try to find ways to explore other things. Like why so many characters don't have an actual first and last name, like Eclipse, Amy, and Tails do. Why very few characters have parents you see on screen. Like you'd have Eclipse's parents, his family shown on screen, but you'd understand why he's alone, because they're dead. Either majority of them are dead, or like a majority of them are dead, and the few that are alive, they usually stay at home back in their village. Something like that. What else would it be? Also, what else? Actually, I think the whole thing about characters, some characters having the and the name of whatever animal they are, I think I'll keep that mostly as like a running gag or as an inside joke, as opposed to it being something that has to be confronted or talked about. Just have everyone talk about like where they came from, who are their parents, what did their parents do when they were younger.
something is wrong.
Heck, we even got something like that for Jet the Hawk in Sonic Riders, where we got an image. It was a picture, or it was either a painting of his dad when his dad was the leader of the Babylon Rogues. And Jet was talking about an artifact he had, a handheld artifact that his father gave him that he inherited when he took over from his dad, even though it didn't really explain what happened to his dad afterwards. Ah! Yeah, that's one of the disturbing things. Like, you have a female character or have a woman upset. Yeah, just have a female character, rather than an adult or a child or whatever. You have them obsessed with a male character, whatever age they are, and people usually play it up for laughs. Like, oh, isn't it funny how this female character is obsessed with this male character? She won't leave him alone. She keeps chasing him all over the place. Isn't that just funny? And you don't see people confront it or refer to that as rape culture. But if you have it the other way around, of a male character acting like that towards a female character, you will have people shouting out, "Oh, rape culture! This character should be banned or canceled." Like what they unfortunately did to Pepe Le Pew, whatever. Part of why he didn't get to be in Space Jam: A New Legacy, saying that he promotes rape culture, conveniently forgetting that that same cat he was obsessed with would do the same to him in a few episodes, and he's running away from her. You got Amy acting like that way towards Sonic. But that's always a constant in the media. Have a female character do something, people will play it up for laughs, and it's okay. Have a guy do it, oh, suddenly it's an issue. Matter of fact, there was an image someone drew where it was literally just, I don't know if it was Octavia as well from Hell of a Boss, but it was definitely Stella and Stolas. Because the latest episode, spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen the latest episode of Hell of a Boss, shows that, because like initially people were on Stella's side, that Stolas cheated on her, but some people try to argue saying, no, the actual issue is not even that he cheated on her, but rather he cheated on her with an imp, and she's all about that royalty and that status. But some people try to be all like, oh no, what Stolas did was wrong, he deserves to be punished for it, or she deserves sympathy for it. But then you find out it really is because of her obsession with status and royalty. Like Stolas could have gone with any other woman who was a Goetia prince or princess or whatever. Basically anyone of equal or higher status in the hierarchy of hell, and Stella probably would have been fine with it, as long as she could get a piece of the pie. And then you find out Stella is very narcissistic. Like Stolas was just by himself singing a song, and Stella interrupted him, outright telling him she likes to torment him. And so people finding out that Stella's actually narcissistic, and Stolas was the victim all this time, only staying with her for Octavia's sake. So back to this drawing I saw someone make. It reversed the genders of Stella and Stolas, where it was again Stella being her, or in this case for that drawing, his abusive self. But because Stolas was the victim and was a female, so it was one person. It was just one person. But that one person commented how the genders are reversed, which makes it worse. And I'm thinking, how? How does it make it worse? How would it be worse? How is it worse that it's a woman being abused by a man sexually and crying after they just got done having sex, even though it wasn't really more sex, but being forced? And I'm thinking, how's that any worse than a woman doing that to the man, and then the man was crying, obviously not enjoying it, and the woman braiding him? And people somehow act like, some people really do have this mindset of, if a man does something to a woman, physically or verbally, it's terrible, that man should be thrown in prison or executed. But if the woman does it to the man, oh, she should be given a lighter sentence, or she's too innocent for jail, or he must have done something to do that to give her a reason. Yeah, what's the other thing I'm thinking of? This is really another dumbass. Yep, cutscene. Gonna have to skip it. Watch cutscene. I like this classic style music for these stages.
Even my expectations. My own genius scares me sometimes.
But that means you miscalculated. That's a failure in my book.
To surpass expectations is the ultimate of genius.
I like how they brought back this boss fight. But anyways, It reveals the real boss. So what was the other point I was making? There was another thing about the whole gender double standards I'm thinking of, where someone did that. Oh, I can't remember. There was another example that I had.
You've got a lot of nerve for a bite-sized Sonic from another dimension. Still, this Egg Dragoon has only lost 10% of its combat strength.
You're lying.
You won't have to wait long to find out.
I forget. Ah, I had it. It'll come back to me eventually. But yeah, it's like I say, and a lot, not just me, but plenty of other people say, it's unfortunate that's the kind of world we live in, where people seriously act like if a woman does something, it's okay, or she'll get a lighter sentence. But if a man does something, oh, then it's bad. And I'm thinking, it's bad either way, regardless of who does it. Like, you're going around sexually abusing, raping, killing people. You deserve an ass whooping. You deserve to get sent to prison. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. That's the way people want to go about it. Oh yeah, now I remember that other example I was thinking of, where people were talking about how they knew, even if they didn't necessarily catch their significant other cheating. Yeah, no, that was the specific question. It was a Reddit video, and the specific question was for guys who were married men. What was that moment in time where they realized, or they said to themselves, "Yep, I'm gonna divorce this woman"? And one guy was talking about how how when he was taking his wife to marriage counseling, and those so-called counseling sessions really just consisted more or less of her yelling at him and how everything's all his fault and all this other stuff, and how she started going on these tangents right in front of the marriage counselor. She even went as far, according to him, she went as far as to have this huge list of demands. I think he said he actually made a list that she wrote down or something like that. But anyway, she had this huge list of demands that he needs to do to improve for her sake. And he said that's how he knew right then and there it was over. So he ended up divorcing her after that. And the first two idiots who responded to his comments, they were both women, but these two were just such dumbasses. The first one said, "Well, you must have done something to her for her to give you all these reasons, because people don't just give this whole list of demands unless you did something for them to, you have to do something to her for her to be willing to take you back if she gave all these demands." And then a second person, also a woman, made another dumbass comment, agreeing with the first person and saying, "Yeah, you had to have done something, because there's no way you'd have to either, you probably cheated on her." Literally, they were trying to accuse him, saying that it's his fault, that he did something to her, that he most likely cheated on her for her to be willing to take him back. But then other people, whether these people were men or women, I don't know, but they were the ones applying actual logic and saying directly to those first two idiots that it doesn't take being cheated on, it doesn't take being a man or woman. Some people are just super controlling and just obviously crazy like that from the get-go. Yeah, it's called, no, wait, I like how to call, how I like to call it. Well, if they gotta block it because of copyright reasons, what else can it be? But anyways, I'm thinking, yeah, those two, because you have some people where they're actually men hiding behind an account pretending to be a woman, but in reality, these two definitely had to be women just from their response, talking about, "Oh, you did something to her. You must have cheated on her for her to be threatening divorced to take you back, and others saying, or maybe it's that she's a narcissist. Because yeah, it's true. You don't. Sometimes it's just the fact that you're a narcissistic prick, making all these ridiculous demands. Let's see. Red SOS missions. Use the avatar that sent the signal to clear the stage. You can use it with. Use the avatar that sent the signal to clear the stage. Use modern classic Sonic or an avatar to rescue the avatar that sent the signal. But again, all that is in the end is just how double standards are. And that's, like I said, why if I made a Sonic Adventure 3, it wouldn't be the main focus of the overall story, but it would be a part of Amy's story. Like, I would have her as one of the playable characters on Sonic's team, and a few of her chapters would have someone, or even Sonic himself, confronting her about her obsession. Like, first of all, why him? Second, why is she so obsessed with him and can't let go of her obsession with him? Hey, Flip, didn't you say you was getting on Xenoverse at some point? I'm waiting for you, man. I'm waiting for you. Either that or I'll go all the way down to Canada myself, man, and I'll find you. I will find you. Of course, I can't be like Liam. What was it? Liam Neeson? Nelson? Whatever.
I think we can hold them off for now. No, wait! Watch out! The masked one is here. The monster that took down Sonic.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I don't think I ever got a chance to do any blue SOS missions last time I played this game. I could be wrong. Now, what are some actual disturbing scenes or disturbing themes in Sonic Adventure 3 I was right? Yeah, Eclipse's story. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use that last name you talked about, Flip. Eclipse Umbra. I can't think of anything else. But anyways, one of the disturbing themes of revenge, and not even just revenge, like but make it disturbing. Kind of like how they did in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but even more emphasis on the disturbing aspect. Like Eclipse just straight up threatening with murder, dismemberment, and all the other stuff, even if it never actually happens on screen. It looks like he's about to kill a character off screen, and it's left ambiguous for a while. Ooh, what if it was like a sort of, what if one of the disturbing themes that I hint at would be something like cannibalism, as in the character won't admit it, but he would use certain types of lingo, talk in certain ways, that wouldn't reveal, but it gives some people the idea that he and a few others may have actually been straight up cannibals. Or just murderers in the past. Stuff like that. Again, I would have to keep in the fact that it's still Sonic the Hedgehog, so I can't just actually go around having them do that. But more of just hint at it. You know, like, because literally the whole point would be just to bring it up just to disturb people. Not trying to, like, actually take Sonic the Hedgehog in that direction.
Hurry it up, rookie! Get out of there as soon as everyone's aboard! Step on it!
When you think about it, in the world of Mobius, they eat meat. So that meat's gotta be coming from somewhere. And unless they have both anthropomorphic and feral animals on Mobius, where else would that meat come from? Kinda like that old question people used to ask of where would the meat would come from in Pokemon if they didn't have your typical animals like regular dogs and cats and all the other stuff. Where was that meat coming from? Until someone from Nintendo answered, wait, is it Nintendo? Whoever directly owns Pokemon, saying that that the meat they eat does consist of actual Pokemon. Just, of course, obviously they wouldn't show it on screen. Dang, Flip, just about there. Are you on your way home or something, man? Are you watching my stream on your phone or something? Hey, I got a trophy. Are you watching your stuff on some mobile screen while you're driving?
Listen up, rookie. Our other forces are busy.
I mean, I know you're not
enemies.
stupid enough to do something like that.
You took the best route. It's up to you to save Sonic now. Find him.
There's one thing I know about. Let's see, just about everybody who I've either, majority of the people I have on my friends list that I at least talked with and who I still. Oh, that's cool. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, it's my character. Oh, at least I still have the homing attack. But anyways, as far as the whole theme of revenge, what would separate Eclipse from Shadow, because that's what Shadow was all about throughout Sonic Adventure 2, where he had amnesia, but he thought that the promise he made to Maria was, and he thought that the promise he made to her was a promise of revenge for what humanity did to her and everyone else on the colony Earth. So he thought that's what the promise he made to her was. But he managed to stay in character and keep himself calm and collected, even when confronting the likes of Sonic or other gun soldiers. And after realizing the actual promise he made and the mistake he made for the role he played in humanity nearly being destroyed in the secret story arc,
Many of our brethren were held here. One more thing Eggman will answer for.
man, this hammer is awesome. You ever had a oh dang it? You ever heard of hammer time? Well, this is it. Ah, this is awesome. This is my favorite weapon. So anyways, Shadow managed to keep himself calm and collected throughout Sonic Adventure 2 while having his misguided revenge. So that would be Eclipse. Him going on. Well, then again, would it really be misguided considering it would be the fact that Knuckles can, like, Knuckles himself is usually a very reasonable person.
He's close.
Gullible, but still reasonable. That would be what would separate Eclipse. Eclipse would be so obsessed with his revenge, even as he's going through all these different mutations, gaining all these different powers or abilities, or growing in strength to the point of looking unrecognizable. He just wouldn't care how nightmarish he looks, and he certainly wouldn't care about how many people would die. Like, he would just become more and more unhinged, reckless, and just psychotic, basically. Yeah, so basically, Eclipse will start going to, Eclipse will go to certain levels for his obsession with revenge against the Echidna clan. That even someone who used to be obsessed with revenge like Shadow would be disturbed. Even Eggman would be all like, whoa, this guy's got some issues. I might actually have to help Sonic and his friends stop this guy because he's going way too far. And then, let's see, that's for my first character I made, Eclipse. This character right here, Karana, the whole story with her is that she's a So Karada here is a childhood friend of Eclipse. But her whole thing is she's not like sadistic or psychotic like Eclipse. But she figures she's an old friend of his. And so therefore, because of that, she feels this obligation to help him. So it'll just be a matter of, would she be able to see reason and think, you know what, I should help the others stop Eclipse. He's going way too far. Or to be more of, yeah, probably start like that, where at first she's helping him out of obligation, but then it will just get to the point where you can earn different items between the missions. When you clear a daily mission, you'll receive a bonus based on your results. You can clear missions up to 2 days in advance. Change your body parts. Bonus begins in 4 hours. Oh, the bonus begins. So I completed the mission, but I gotta wait 4 hours to get the bonus. Change your footwear. Oh, I can do that. Yeah, that's actually one thing it's not even just me, but a lot of people liked about Z Broly. Z Broly was so obsessed with wanting to kill Goku to the point of just being outright irrational and psychotic. And that's not the one I wanted to press. Any more SOSs? Here we go. Like I said, if there was like a final so-called secret story, the question would have to be what crisis would happen that would lead to the main character / main, or one of the main characters. So basically, for the enemy team, what kind of event would happen that leads to them teaming up together to combat this final crisis? So many of the other games have done that. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 did that, where Knuckles started off as an enemy at first, but then realizing that Eggman was the villain, so they realized Knuckles has to work with Sonic to get the Master Emeralds back from Eggman. And then there's Sonic Adventure 2, where Shadow and Rouge had to team up with Sonic and the others. And even Eggman having to help to stop the space colony Ark from crashing into Earth.
So they're building weapons here, huh? Making everyone work like robots. It'll be Eggman's turn to get pushed around when I get a hold of him.
Man, I actually can't start over. Oh, what the heck? Some of my workers here. Aha! Thunder Whip, Electric Whip, Sparking Whip, Taser Whip. It hurts because it's electric. Hey, look at this short with his glasses. But anyways, so one of those examples I was thinking of, oh yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 did it where the Team Dark and Team Sonic teaming up together to stop the colony Ark from crashing into the Earth, and Sonic and Shadow teaming up to fight the Bio Lizard. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 did it with Knuckles and Sonic starting off as enemies, but then teaming up together. Ah, dang it! Oh, I gotta start off from the damn beginning, don't I? Yep. Yeah, infant brain damage for Z Broly, which is what made his obsession with wanting to kill Goku misguided. If anything, he should have been focused on going after Vegeta, because it was his family that tried to have that wanted to have Broly killed and tossed out. I gotta remember, it's the blue missions where you play as either Sonic Modern or Sonic, let's see, Modern or Classic Sonic or the Avatar, and you gotta save the Avatar, and that's it.
Like you took the best route. It's up to you
Golden
to
Knight, that's
Sonic
cool.
now. Find him.
Man, they really do only give you one opportunity to not die on these missions. I keep losing track. What is another game I did that? Now I would mention, yeah, actually Sonic Heroes doesn't count because there was no villain side for you to play as. There's Team Sonic, Team Chaotic, Team Rose, and Team Dark. Like, yeah, they're called Team Dark because of Shadow and Rouge formerly being introduced as villains, but being more anti-heroes. Omega being obsessed with revenge against Eggman.
Sonic is probably there too. Security is tight.
But anyway, so yeah, Sonic Heroes doesn't count because, like I said, there's no opposing factions who needed to work together to combat a dangerous threat. And the final story, the final battle against Metal Sonic does not count because it was literally just Metal Sonic from the whole start who orchestrated the event that led to the final battle against him.
It appears that many of our brethren were held.
The only role Eggman was there physically, but the only role he played was just being kidnapped and locked up by Metal Sonic while he went off to commit his what was it? What the hell does this ability do? But yeah, anyways, so all Eggman did was he didn't do much of anything. Sonic Heroes is one of the few games in which Eggman is there, but he's not the main villain. You know, if they ever bring back Metal Sonic as the main antagonist or not, they just give him the ability to speak. So, what's another game? Oh yeah, Sonic Riders. Between the Babylon Rogues and Team Sonic. Oh, sweet, Bruce Lee's famous suit from, what was it? Game of Death. Bruce Lee, one of the coolest martial artists ever. But what other Sonic game is there? Because I think, yeah, there definitely were others that were like that. Heroes and or not even necessarily heroes and villains, but just at least opposing factions. As a dog, rabbit, wolf, bear, bird, hedgehog. That's oddly specific. Park
Eggman's
Avenue.
army has broken through. They're in the city. We need to get these people out of here.
Who can we send? Sonic and Silver need time to heal.
Silver? Man, what's Silver been doing besides sitting around talking nonsense? And that's actually something they don't address in Sonic Forces. Silver is here, but Blaze, who's supposed to be from the same timeline and the same era as Silver, which is far into the future, doesn't get to be there with him. Then they just decide, oh screw it, let's just bring Silver to the present just to have him around. said, what about Blaze?
We've engaged enemy forces at Seaside Hill.
This
Man, looks
You know, that's another group they could bring back in a future Sonic game. The Babylon Rogues.
I need a status update on the people who couldn't evacuate in time.
SBO here. We're engaging enemy forces and can't search for civilians right now.
fighting's too fierce for us to help out as well.
Sounds like you're our only hope, rookie. Rescue is in your hands.
I like this hammer. This hammer is so powerful. Fear me. Eat your heart out, Thor. Your hammer may be able to produce lightning, but mine freezes people and gangs too.
Oh, this ain't good. Might be too much for the rookie to handle. Still, can't just ignore him. You got this, right, rookie?
That is just so awesome.
Nice work. A fine display of skill.
Wow, you really showed him who's boss.
Come on! How am I gonna top that?
Hey, so exactly how is it that everything that my character does, they're able to keep track of it so accurately? And they're over here talking about how they can't stare at any forces. So what, do they got a camera following me around or something?
The rescue is
Or are they all actually there in person,
Just
just refusing to offer any
Things are
assistance?
turning around. Let's keep this momentum going.
Ah, it only works on grounded opponents, not according to me. So it does have its limits.
Update from HQ. The enemy's on the run. Mission complete. Well done, everyone.
I remember how, unlike other antagonists throughout the Sonic franchise, when the Babylon Rogues were introduced, I remember as a little kid, I absolutely hated them. Like when, in the first cutscene where Sonic was trying to catch up to Jet, when he took Knuckles knocked Storm off his board, Sonic takes it and starts riding around. My Switch is gonna tell me something I unlocked. And so anyways, Sonic manages to catch up to Jet real quick, but obviously Jet, being the expert on extreme gear, manages to knock Sonic off. And as he's riding away, he goes, "So, you're the fastest thing alive?" And I don't know why, but as a kid, I became so irrationally angry that Jet would challenge Sonic like that, to the point where when the game was gonna, let's see, the game was only like what, a couple of months away from release. Anytime someone talked about Jet and tried to say anything cool about him, I was like, who would want to play as Jet? That's how much I hated him.
Looks like you took the best route.
Just because of him taunting Sonic after knocking him off that board and going, so you're the fastest thing alive? And I'm like, oh man, I gotta get me Sonic Rider so I can play as Sonic and have him beat Jet and prove he's the fastest, on board or on foot or whatever. Childhood imagination. Hey, even as an adult, I still find characters in the series where I'm like, oh, I hate this character so much, he's taking these ass whooping. Only now I realize if it's a character I should really dislike or hate, a majority of the time, it's more of, I want that character to just not show up again because they're just so annoying, or just, yeah, they don't make good antagonists or good characters. They're just annoying. Like Amber, how I can't remember if the way she's portrayed in the show can be considered accurate to the comics, but definitely in the Invincible show, she's just so annoying and narcissistic, basically. The fact that Mark even took her back at the end of season 1, I'm like, you dumbass. Though, if Invincible does choose to remain a bit faithful or a bit consistent to the comics, but yeah, even in the show, then he's not gonna stay with her forever. So there's some hope.
One more thing Eggman will answer for.
Dang it. I'm trying to think, what was it about the Babylon, the other rogues that made me hate them so much? Oh yeah, just how much of a bitch Wave was. Cause seriously, how... Well, all the members of the Rogues were extremely overconfident, believing themselves better than their counterparts from Team Sonic. But Wave especially was just so full of herself and just straight up narcissistic. Even having to go as far as to taunt Tails over his ability to upgrade or work on extreme gear. Even if Tails didn't have the same level of expertise as Wave, she still know how to do something that way. And Big was just an idiot. If anything, yeah, Big was, to me, was the least irritating, or the one I hated the least out of the Rogues. I was more mad at how they kept teasing, cause Knuckles and Storm would just spend so much time shit talking to each other, and yet every time they were getting ready to actually fight or throw punches, they would get interrupted by something, and by something I mean Eggman's robot.
According to what I overheard, Sonic should be here. It feels weird asking you to look for Sonic, but we're counting on you.
I hate casino stages in any Sonic game, 2D, 2D, or otherwise. I like the music, but I hate seeing stuff like that. Is why I hate the stage.
Whoa,
I hate the stages.
This is no time for games. We have to hurry.
Oh, shut up, Tails. I hate these stages, man. I hate these stages. These stages are cursed. Get me out of this thing. What is this? Get off his face! Ah! Oh, thank goodness. These stages were just meant to torment people. I would take playing Bloodborne no matter how many times I die, even at the most basic enemies, over casino stages of Sonic the Hedgehog. Souls or Soul-style games may be stressful, but casino stages in any Sonic game are the bane of all existence. Seriously, the only good thing about them is the music. Why is there even a casino-style stage? These are like supposed to be like what? Ancient ruins? What, a bunch of ancient natives around decided they want to get into gambling? Guess there's a bunch of alternate routes I could take.
He is somewhere near here. I doubt Sonic would sit still for long.
Finally! PlayStation Plus! Ah, flip my man! Although I'm just glad I got into... When do I have? I think either by the end of November or sometime in December to renew my account. Ready to roll? Man, I'm just like Sonic. I'm rolling over this dang place. Sweet. So if you are ready for it, let me finish up this mission and I'll hop on with you. Zebra cat. Cat zebra. Man, I want some ramen noodles right now. I got a whole bunch of ramen noodles that I bought from the store. I already had one. Today I had one that was like a... Oh, sweet. Hey there, you son of a shotgun.
What's up, my man?
What's up, my nick? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you just about
like...
fulfilled. You just about fulfilled every white guy's dream there.
Yeah, right. Probably been all like, "Oh, how dare he addresses me like that? That dirty, filthy, dark-skinned nick." No. Although I do joke with some of the guys I work with, I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised. Although I can only imagine how many not instructors but supervisors I work for, how many of them wish they can get away with making a few prejudiced comments, say I hate having to work for or having all of these filthy N-words working for me. Be only just a master race working here, or whatever other weird KKK stuff they would say.
Huh. It blows me away that there are still people that think like that.
To me, what blows me away is there's people who think or who are surprised by that. So, because a lot of people will say stuff like, "Oh, come on, it's 2022, give it the times," and I'm like, people, it doesn't matter what the times are. Racism, prejudice, That's been around since dang near the beginning of humanity, and it's gonna be here long after any of us alive
Yeah.
have long since left.
Actually, you know what? You make a really good point. Yeah, it isn't surprising.
Yeah. So that's what I always say to other people, that a lot of these problems that exist today, people act surprised how they exist. And the thing is that it really isn't when you think about it. These
Yeah.
problems have always been here. It's just that we didn't have the internet at that time for all this time. The internet just makes it easier for us to see these issues or expose them. That's the only like real difference.
Huh? You kind of just blew my mind, man. Because I've never actually really thought about it, but you're 100% correct.
Oh, sweet! I got another trophy. Complete 5 SOS missions. Yeah, in a way that just kind of shows how disconnected from reality a lot of people unfortunately are.
Huh. Apparently, Bandai Namco is running a customer survey thing, and there's a QR code they want me to scan. I ain't
Yeah, I
doing
haven't
that.
seen. Yeah, I haven't seen. Oh, sweet! I unlocked Shadow Shoes. I haven't seen that. I'm like, I'm not interested in that. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
like waste my time doing all that. But yeah, let me just go ahead and actually, I'm kind of glad you took your time getting on here because at least I got to stream this game for a bit. I'm just so mad with all these cutscenes or commercials, as I was calling them, being blocked. And it's like you said, companies being so afraid of copyright infringement.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess somebody somewhere once did something that really screwed a bunch of people over, and so yeah, they kind of ruined it for everybody.
Yeah. Hopefully Sonic Forces is the only game I have to worry about that. Although I want to get back to streaming Dragon Age and just hurry up and complete that game. But anyway, so to anyone watching the stream, if you can still hear me, thank you for tuning in. And I'm going to talk to y'all later.